Sometimes I sit quiet, maybe late at night or early in the morning before the world wakes up, and I ask myself, why do relationships hurt so much? Why does love, which is supposed to be our greatest comfort, often become our deepest wound? And why, even when we try our best, even when we give everything, do things still fall apart? I used to think it was because I wasn't good enough, or because they weren't, or because timing was wrong, or fate was cruel. But then, I discovered something ancient, something quiet, something that doesn't shout, but whispers. And if you listen closely, it changes everything. That thing is Stoicism, not the cold, emotionless philosophy people sometimes mistake it for. No, real Stoicism, the kind practiced by Marcus Aurelius as he ruled an empire while grieving his children, the kind lived by Epictetus, born a slave, who found unshakable freedom inside his own mind, the kind written about by Seneca, who advised emperors while preparing himself daily for death. These weren't theorists, they were humans, broken, betrayed, grieving, struggling, just like you and me. And what they left behind isn't just philosophy, it's medicine, especially for relationships. Because here's the truth most of us never learn. Our pain in relationships doesn't come from the other person, it comes from our expectations of them. Think about that. When your partner doesn't text back, it's not their silence that hurts, it's your belief that they should reply immediately. When your friend cancels plans last minute, it's not the cancellation that stings, it's your assumption that they owe you their time. When someone walks away from you, it's not their leaving that destroys you, it's your conviction that they were supposed to stay. Stoicism teaches us one radical, life-altering idea. You cannot control others. You can only control how you respond. And once you truly accept that, not intellectually, but deep in your bones, your relationships transform. Not because people start behaving better, but because you stop suffering over what you were never meant to control in the first place. Let me tell you a story. A woman came to a Stoic teacher centuries ago, heartbroken. "My husband doesn't love me like he used to," she cried. "What should I do?" The teacher didn't tell her to fight for him, or beg, or manipulate. He simply asked, "Do you love him like you used to?" She paused, then whispered, "No, I don't." He smiled gently. "Then why demand from him what you yourself no longer offer?" Love is not a contract. It's a river. Either it flows or it dries. If it dries, thank it for watering you once and go find another stream or dig your own well. That's Stoicism. Not cold, not cruel, clear. It doesn't ask you to suppress your emotions. It asks you to understand them, to trace them back to their root, which is almost always an attachment to something outside your control. Your happiness tied to their affection, your self-worth tied to their approval, your peace tied to their presence. And that is a prison, built with beautiful bricks, love, hope, dreams, but a prison nonetheless. So what's the escape? Simple. Not easy, but simple. Every morning before you check your phone, before you speak to anyone, sit still for 5 minutes and say this to yourself. Today, I will meet people who are impatient, selfish, distracted, wounded. That is not their crime. It is their humanity. And mine is to remain calm, to act with kindness even when I'm not met with it, to choose my response, no matter their behavior. No one can disturb my inner citadel unless I invite them in. That's Marcus Aurelius's morning ritual. And if it worked for an emperor ruling during plague and war, it can work for you navigating texts, silences, breakups, and family drama. Here's another practice, one I use daily. Whenever I feel that familiar ache in a relationship, that knot in my chest, that spinning thought loop of, why did they do that? I pause and I ask myself one question. Is this within my control? Their action? No. Their words? No. Their feelings? No. My interpretation of it? Yes. My response? Yes. My decision to carry this pain or release it? Absolutely yes. That single question, is this within my control, has saved me from years of unnecessary suffering. Try it. Next time someone disappoints you, don't react. Ask that question. And if the answer is no, breathe. Let it go. Not because they deserve it, but because you deserve peace. And peace doesn't come from changing others. It comes from mastering yourself. Now, let's talk about love. Real love. Not the Hollywood version, not the social media fantasy, not the you complete me lie. Stoic love is different. It says, I love you, but I do not own you. I cherish you, but I do not depend on you. I want your happiness, even if it doesn't include me. That's terrifying, isn't it? Because it means letting go of guarantees. changes. It means accepting impermanence. It means loving without insurance. But that's the only love that's truly free. That's the only love that doesn't suffocate. Epictetus once said, and I'll never forget this, if you love a pottery jug, remember it is only a jug. If it breaks, you won't be disturbed. People aren't jugs, of course, but the principle stands. Love deeply, but hold loosely, because everything, everyone, is temporary. Cling to them, and you cling to suffering. Release your grip, and you discover a love that's purer, lighter, stronger. What about betrayal? We've all been there. That knife twist of realizing someone you trusted didn't. The anger, the shame, the how could they loop. Stoicism doesn't ask you to forgive instantly. It asks you to see clearly. That person, they acted according to their nature. Flawed, confused, wounded, just like you, just like me. Their betrayal reveals their weakness, not your worth. And your job isn't to punish them, it's to protect your soul from turning bitter. Don't let their failure become your identity. Don't let their darkness extinguish your light. Choose dignity, choose growth, choose to rise, not in spite of them, but beyond them. And what if you're the one who messed up? What if you hurt someone you love? Good, that means you're human. Stoicism doesn't worship perfection, it worships progress. Own your mistake, apologize sincerely, not to fix them, but to clean your own conscience. Then, and this is crucial, forgive yourself, not because you deserve it, because you need it. Self-flagellation doesn't make you better, it makes you smaller. Learn, grow, do better. That's the Stoic path. Now, I want you to try something. Tonight, before you sleep, turn off the screens, sit in the quiet, and ask yourself 3 questions. Where did I give my power away today? To someone else's mood, opinion, or behavior? Where did I act with virtue, patience, courage, justice, wisdom, even when it was hard? And where can I reclaim my inner freedom tomorrow? This isn't self-judgment, it's self-honoring. It's coming home to yourself. Because here's the secret no one tells you. The healthiest relationships begin when you stop needing them to survive. When you become whole on your own, then you stop using people to fill holes. You stop clinging out of fear. You stop demanding love as payment for your existence. You just love freely, fully, fearlessly. And if they stay, beautiful. If they go, you'll be okay. Because your center is within you, not in their hands. So start small. Today, pick one relationship, just one, and release one expectation, one demand, one see what happens. You might feel vulnerable, you might feel scared, but beneath that, you'll feel something else, something ancient, quiet, something unbreakable. That's your Stoic core waking up. And once it does, nothing and no one can ever take your peace again. You are not broken because love hurt you. You are becoming wiser. You are not failing because relationships confuse you. You are learning. You are not alone because someone left. You are being prepared for deeper connections, for truer love, for a life led not by fear, but by philosophy, by choice, by inner sovereignty. So breathe, begin again. Love, but hold lightly. Care, but don't cling. Give, but don't beg. Stay, but be ready to walk. That's not detachment. That's maturity. That's not coldness. That's clarity. That's not giving up. That's growing up. And if no one has told you today, I'm proud of you for showing up, for listening, for being willing to heal, to learn, to transform. The world needs more souls like you. Gentle, strong, awake. Keep going. One breath, one choice, one day at a time. You've got this, and I'll be right here, walking beside you.